Back in 1854 or 300 BC, one of those times, India and Sweden didn't like each other very much. It all started when the Queen of the Andals, Susan Wabajak, was trading with both India and Sweden. Susan really wanted child slaves from both India and Sweden in order to create toy review YouTube channels. Susan bought child slaves from India for about $1.50, but in Sweden, Susan Wabajak paid for child slaves for about 50 cents more than India, thus making each Swedish child worth $2. The Queen of India was very unhappy that someone was making more money than her, so she decided to invade Sweden. The Queen wasted no time in trying to gain allies, but unfortunately, nobody wanted to stand beside her. Sweden wasn't having any of that shit, so they decided to call up some of their bannermen. These bannermen included the Queen of Italy, the King of Wakanda, me, and the Lord of the Jews. Susan Wabajak was so busy cutting off financial aid with surrounding countries, she didn't seem to notice the giant war that was about to happen, or the pedophilia market happening in her own country. Before we marched all the way down to India's border, some shit started to happen. While we marched down to India, Lord Klein backstabbed all of us. He chose India's money over his own allies, but out came Lord Shapiro, Lord Klein's right-hand man, and he destroyed him with facts and logic. So after the falling of Lord Klein, we gathered the rest of our men and marched down to India's border. The one leading this giant army down is none other than Sweden's greatest champion, Sir Felix Schellberg. He was able to raise an army of 88 million soldiers all by himself. When we arrived to India's border, Queen Superwoman sent her finest soldiers to India's border, the BTS generals and Commander Gandhi. Lord Shapiro destroyed Gandhi with facts and logic, and I shot the Japs. So we took the capital and took over India. Now it's property of Sweden as of today. After the unfortunate death of Queen Lily Singh, Bhushan Kumar rose above the ashes and took control of India. There he created the terrorist group known as T-Series. The T stands for tyranny, which is exactly what the Nazis enforced. T-Series is the new Hitler. Do not subscribe to T-Series, please.